This episode is brought to you by Buy My Stuff on eBay. Yes, you too can buy my stuff from eBay. Simply search for the seller, Tin Dog Podcast, and you can own some rare and collectible items. From the same people who brought you Buy My Books on Amazon. Check the show notes for a direct link.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to another Tin Dog Podcast. Now, if I'm right, this release is either coming out on Friday, the day before Big Finish Day, or Saturday morning. To be fair, it might come out on Friday just in time for you to be listening to it while you're on the way to Big Finish Day. As I said last time, if you're there and you see me, I should be the one wearing the Tin Dog Podcast t-shirt. Come over, say hello, I'll have a bit of a chat. I might even interview you about why you love Big Finish and why you're there. Okay, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, just say hello. Okay, let's have a chat about number 94 from the Torchwood range, which is now bi-monthly, which worries me. The Boy Who Never Laughed. Written by Lidster and starring Jonny Green. Okay, as always, there is a warning. And the warning is, this release contains adult material, may not be suitable for young listeners. Obviously, that's the review. That's the warning about the review, that's the warning about the release, not the review itself. This one does not take, well, let's find out if it contains adult themes or not. Tyler Steele has seen so much working for and against Torchwood, but he's in for a shock of his life when he wakes up and discovers who he just slept with the previous night. Okay, so it's basically, kind of, and I know there's a few other characters, a one-hander. Tyler has slept with himself from that initial thing. I mean, let's face it, there's a picture of himself twice on the front cover. You can kind of figure that one out. And instantly he asks the sort of questions we would ask, because we've experienced sci-fi. And the other person isn't any of the above, isn't... Well, that's what they say. It basically is Tyler. Now this is, to all intents and purposes, the Christmas Carol, but done from an extreme narcissistic point of view. And it's great. I mean, it's truly great. Every time you think, well, it's just two people chatting. And that kind of would work for most people. Except this is Tyler. Tyler is messed up. And he goes for a wander through his own life in a Christmas carol-y kind of a way. But don't be fooled into thinking that, because Tyler Green is the sort of person who would go, Tiny Tim, who I killed personally. Yeah. He's not as narcissistic as Jack, perhaps, but he is really, really messed up. And when given the chance to change things in his past, well, let's face it, there's things he doesn't change that I think I probably would have if I was in the same boat. Does that make him a bigger person than me? Now, one thing that is mentioned in this is something that Tyler definitely has, which is main character syndrome. Okay? I'd never heard of this. And then I looked it up. And you know what? Torchwood releases as therapy is a bit scary. Because it kind of describes me. I honestly thought that absolutely everyone in the world thinks of themselves as the hero of their own story. In fact, I think it's a bit weird if you don't think of yourself as the hero of your own story, because then what's the point? But apparently it's got a name. It's a syndrome. It's something that's akin to being a massive narcissist. It's thinking that you're incredibly important, but you are in your own head. And that's what this guy's got. So, if nothing else from this release, it's made me a bit more introspective. And I said that far too sarcastically for its own good. So thanks for the release just for that. But it is a superbly written piece. Performance-wise, absolutely spot on. It was recorded twice with somebody else reading the other part playing the other parts, and then they did multiple takes, and it just works. If this was on TV, you'd be like, where's the split screen? But because it's audio and, this is made by people who care and love this sort of thing, it's been made perfectly. And absolutely... let's use the word tour de force. We haven't had tour de force for ages in a review. Let's use that. That's the sort of thing you can get on the Good Review Guy. A tour de force from Torchwood. An absolutely exemplary piece of writing and performing. Now that's the sort of quote you can stick in your pipe and smoke it. I thoroughly recommend this. The only thing that I'm worried about is as we get closer to a release 100, we've gone bi-monthly. And yeah, fair enough. We might be pacing ourselves out more. But we've got so much more Torchwood to give. We could have more Yvonne, more period Torchwood. It's just great. It is by far the greatest of the series available from Big Finish at the moment. So, here's the trailer and decide for yourself. And like I said, if I see you at Big Finish Day, say hello. Be seeing you.
Now, sit back and enjoy as St. Jude's Drama Club proudly presents The Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood, The Boy Who Never Laughed.
Shh, here we go. Cue Tyler Steele. Before you start, I'm the real Tyler, yeah? I know who I am, so please do not go down that road. I'm Tyler Steele, and you're... whatever you are, you're someone else, okay? So you're gonna tell me who you are? Not yet. But I will, I promise.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It is what it is.
I don't understand.
You're 16. You're not at school anymore. The child benefits stopped.
What is it? So you're kicking me out?
I've packed your bags.
You're kicking me out?
Stop pretending, Tyler. I really did try, you know. I told you I loved you, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. But things aren't what they are. We should never just accept that. Things can change. We can change. And I'm offering you the chance to change everything.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. All topics discussed are the intellectual property of the copyright owners. No infringement is intended. Why not follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. If you've enjoyed this podcast on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.